Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the first vlog I've done in frickin' forever. And my God, I need a tan. This light is making me look so pale. But we are 58 days out from a half marathon that I'm doing in Dubai. 85 days out from the Abu Dhabi marathon where we're going to try and go sub 310. And then realistically, the big goal, we're 177 days out from Barcelona marathon where we are going to be going sub 3. But today I'm going to be taking you on a little bit of, I suppose, just an update in terms of how things are looking today, a little bit of an overview of honestly how I'm actually going to be structuring my training throughout this period. I am working with a coach throughout this time simply to help me just remove the thinking from things. I think is the biggest thing. I know how to program to achieve these results, but the biggest thing for me is I want someone to tell me what to do. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to second guess myself in terms of the programming, I think is the biggest thing. But today we have a big old tempo run which we're going to run through, which we're running through in a second. We then also have, I'm catching up with my grandparents for breakfast this morning, and then we may potentially have a little bit of a lower body gym session to do later. I'm going to see how the body feels, just because this is the first week back in this proper, like a big ass training block. Okay, I think like we're already up to about 8 hours of training and we're 4 days in, so basically 2 hours of training a day. So I'm just going to play it by feel and see how I get on. But we're starting our morning this morning the same way as I do every vitamin C tablet, and then this is the Precision Hydration electrolytes. These are the 1,000 milligram of sodium ones. A little bit of a hack for you: if you get these, you can either obviously have the 1,000 milligrams, or you can literally just break them in half and you can have 500 milligrams. I'm just going to have 500 this morning, and then I'll probably have the other 500 kind of after the run. But one, they last twice as long, and secondly, salty, fresh, cold orange first thing in the morning. It is so nice to have some good weather. I'm literally just walking to the shop now. I've just done a little bit of work and it is bright blue sky, as you can probably see. But I have this set on face track, so it's probably not going to let me show you. But look at that, come on son. But this morning's run that we have got is basically a 2 kilometer warm up, and then it's 3k at 4 minute kilometer to 4:05 minute kilometer, 3k at 4:35 to 4:40. Repeat that again, okay, and then basically a 2 kilometer cool down. So all in about 16 kilometers worth of work, 6k of that worth at threshold, which is going to basically be 2 lots of 12 minutes, and pretty relatively hard effort. These runs are definitely getting longer now. Weekly mileage is definitely creeping up. I think this week's probably going to be 55 to 60 kilometers, something like that. But let's go and acquire some caffeine and some carbs before we head out for breakfast with my grandparents, which would be really nice to see them. And then I'm probably going to get the run.
Morning. Hello. Oh yeah.
Say hello.
Hiya.
Hiya. Where are we going?
Coffee.
For some scran, mate.
Coffee and breakfast.
For some scran.
Look at these guys.
Jay, what are you going to order today? You're on my video, by the way.
Cock.
Cock.
What did we say? Elle came up with a very fancy idea this morning.
Oh, I did say about having like poached eggs on toast and then sharing some pancakes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where's I don't have a significant other to do that with.
You'll just have to
So,
you can just eat
I'll just have to have 2 on my own, won't I? I mean, I am fueling for a big run, so I think we'll make it work. For everybody who doesn't know, Jason is my brother-in-law. Basically my brother that I never had. And Eleanor is my sister. How are we feeling about La Baby Elle?
Good.
Yeah.
Not long now.
I'm glad that you guys offered me a coffee.
You are.
Really good. Do you want to have a smell?
What have you got?
Do you want to have a smell?
Our coffee machine does 2 at a time. A third one would have been awkward.
Yeah, just start sniffing your coffee. Weirdest thing to do on a Friday morning. What are your expectations of the village green?
Ah, it's going to be top tier.
Top
These
tier?
Are the kind of places.
Top tier, you reckon?
I just saw your camera move down.
Hello, little baby.
Should we wait? Oh, they're there.
Oh, the old folk are already inside.
How sorry?
Because
he's there.
He's right
Oh, he's
here.
there.
Because we're in bloody St Martin's, my love. Now this is Big Den, the #1 hero in the whole of Jersey, eh?
Weather wasn't that good. What you got there?
And the main woman of the hour. So we went for avocado scrambled eggs. Looks pretty damn good. How's the full English?
Very good.
Yeah. Granny, how's the scrambled egg?
Absolutely delicious, thank you.
Delightful, my love. Must be good because Papa hasn't said a word since the food came out.
Because he's lost a hearing aid.
Oh, he can't hear us. It's not that he can't speak.
The reorganisation is amazing.
I was going to say, it sounded like you did very well on that front.
Yeah, bearing in mind that, oh my god, that is an aggressive pepper shaker.
And they said,
So, run about to go down. We are going to be trying out the Adidas Evo SL. It'll be the second run that I've done in these now. First run was just an easy run. Today, obviously, like I said, we've got the speed session, so we'll see how it holds up for that. But we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Liam Rhodes, is coming to cycle alongside me to, one, catch up and shoot the shit, but two, I said it's perfect because he can help me actually get some decent content rather than you getting like my dodgy under chin angles like this. Try and do some run-in drills before we start. Everyone neglects these. If you haven't seen all the run-in drills that I like to recommend for clients, make sure you check out the video that I did on my 400 meter time trial, because we had Cam, who is an ex-sprinter, run us through all of them, which is very, very useful because I'm not going to bore you to death with this video with about 7,000 running drills. But it's just a great way to make sure that you're actually going to get the most out of every single session that you do. Wobble, bob, bob. And you get the red. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I normally do this session in the carbon shoes, so
Right.
see how much harder it is in these. 2K warm-up is about to be finished, and we're going to go into our 3K at 4 to 4:05. It's warm and it's spicy, and I've got my support crew today, so let's go.
Here we go. Now we work, Simon. Yeah, dig in.
So first interval done, 4 minutes per K average for the 3K. Now we got 3K easy at like 4:35 to 4:45, somewhere in there. Just trying to catch breath back, stay smooth, and then it's just one more round.
Let's go!
Ah. 4:01 average. Oh, 4:01. Now last 3K at like 4:45. Cool down. Food. Oh, it's hard. But we got it done. There we have it, session wrapping up. Like we said, I'll put all the Strava details and all that rubbish for the Strava geeks, including me out there. But I appreciate Rhodesy on the old camera, keeping me on it. Oh, there he is, he can't stay away from the gym now. So, debrief, the run overall, 16K, average pace of 4:34, average heart rate of 162, which actually doesn't sound that bad when I say it out loud. But the 2 working, lots of 3K, average of 4 minutes per K and 4:01. And then recovery was 4:34 on the first one and 4:31, so average of 4:37. So bang on pace, but it's boxed off, another brick laid, we go again.
Right, fair.
Talk us through your coffee selection.
Gone for the cortado, because I'm well ardo.
Yeah? How'd you rate your cortado? Honestly.
About a 7 out of 10.
What makes it a 9? If you make it.
A bit too much froth.
Too much froth.
Yeah, more of a latte / cappuccino vibe.
Yeah, that's like me.
But it's good though, like the coffee beans.
Yeah, baby.
And I worked hard for it as well, so 16k, no, not even breaking a sweat, you know, so it's just clearly putting the effort in when I need to.
Yeah. Just warming up for tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, just like 350Ks, you know, loosen the legs up for tomorrow's rugby game, you know, break out a second gear today. It's quite nice.
Show me how it's done. How is it?
10 out of 10, baby.
Go on, suck on that. People pay good money to see this. For anyone who hasn't had Jersey ice cream, it is hands down the best. So we are back with the whiteboard team. Post run, okay, a little bit of a whiteboard session. As I said, I want to make sure that these videos have actually give you guys some actionable insights. So if you don't want to listen to me waffle for a little bit, just skip forward on the video a little bit. But if you do want to hear a little bit of context behind things, I'm just going to break down how we're structuring my training throughout this training block, okay? Now, I want to first put a caveat to this, okay? This is going to work for me as an individual. This is completely different for everybody, but it should give you an idea of kind of what I'm looking at through my training week. What do I need? What don't I need within that? Okay, if I'm going to run an effective marathon training block where I still hold a good physique, I still hold good strength, and I'm going to run a business at the same time effectively and efficiently, okay? Now, you can definitely prep for a marathon or a performance-based event on a hell of a lot less training than this, but I like to push myself, and I'm working with the guys at Red On in terms of the coaches that I'm working with. So they do look after all of my programming, and I want to caveat all of this just to say, one, to remind people, I played a lot of sport from a very young age, so I can handle generally probably quite a bit more volume than the average person, okay? But we normally start out Mondays with an AM session, okay, and a PM session, okay? So Monday's a double day, okay? We have a run, which tends to be kind of more tempo work, okay? Okay, so tempo work is going to be working at an intensity that is fast, but within control. It's not so hard that it's becoming really difficult, but it's like uncomfortably comfortable, okay? So this is probably gonna be realistically looking at, okay, my sort of race pace, okay? Or maybe just very, very slightly faster, okay? Like at the moment, like for example, this week, this run was 17 kilometers for me. This will probably progress very, very slowly over time. And then in the PM, okay, I have an, whoops, not a W, an upper body session, okay? Strength. Okay, that upper body strength session, one of the reasons that I'm putting, imagine this, hard lower body, hard upper body, okay? I could put hard lower and hard lower, but what it's gonna mean is that I'm not gonna get as effective training when it comes to my lower body work because my legs are gonna be so fatigued from this, okay? So this is a really challenging day because we've got 2 sessions in there, they're extremely, extremely challenging, okay? Moving into Tuesday, this is where I hit my lower body strength. Okay, now, for me personally, because I'm going into a very specific block around running, this is going to involve a lot of single leg work. So more things like single leg press, more lunges, more split stance Romanian deadlifts, okay? More calf work, trying to keep this as specific as we can to achieving the main goal, which is a sub 3:10 marathon, and then eventually sub 3, which is really the long-term goal, okay? This is just to get a feeling for it, but we know that this is the main goal, okay? So we have to, whenever you're thinking about programming or an exercise routine, you have to remember the primary objective, okay? For me, the primary objective is get better at running and hit these times. The secondary objective is maintain muscle mass and hold a good physique, okay? So that's one of the reasons that we do this first, because this is the primary objective, okay? But we put this here because we still need to remember that this is incredibly important, but we keep it specific to stuff that's gonna help this, okay? For me right now, going and doing a shed load of really, really heavy back squatting, really, really heavy deadlifting is gonna be so fatiguing. It's gonna increase my injury risk, particularly with the lower back issues that I've been having. It's just really, really, really not sensible, okay? Now, moving into Wednesday, again, we go back to a double day. We go AM and we go PM, okay? AM is just easy run, okay? This is us really, really focusing on building that aerobic base, building up the weekly milers, okay? For me, for this is keeping my heart rate under 144, okay? For me, if I'm going above that, then I'm definitely not running aerobically, okay? This is my zone 2 work, okay? Realistically, I'm trying to keep that sub 140, okay? In the PM, I generally end up having some kind of hard erg, okay? I'm just gonna put erg, okay? This can alternate from week to week with the coaches that I'm working with, okay? Because I'm still wanting to do a high rocks at some point and push the times there. This could be bike work, this could be rowing, this could be ski erg, this could be a hybrid of all or both. And this week, it was a rowing session where I did 8 by 750 meters just above threshold, and then also 12 by 250 at kind of like way above threshold. So that was a pretty hard session. But again, because this is easy, okay? And then sure, this is hard work, but because it's off feet conditioning, it's nowhere near as fatiguing as say going and doing a really, really hard tempo run, okay? Thursday, okay, we have again an AM and a PM session. In the AM, we have bike work, okay? Probably normally easy, okay? Probably easy bike work. Again, it's another way for us to get more time in zone 2, build the base of that pyramid, build the base that we can then transfer into our speed work. PM is another upper body session. Okay, with this upper body session, okay, we've already done an upper strength. Personally, I normally make this upper body session a little bit more hypertrophy focused, so it's a little bit more muscle building focus. It's probably slightly higher volume. It's probably got some more curls and some more lat raises, some more shoulders, okay, a little bit more chest in there for me as well, okay. Now Friday, we are going back into kind of harder sessions, okay. AM and PM potentially, okay. This is a kind of question mark lower. Okay, it just depends how my body's recovering, whether I do that. But here, okay, this is another hard session. So here we're doing interval / threshold. Okay, now this is paces that are hard, that are challenging, that are probably quite considerably above the target race pace that I'm working for, okay? Because if we only ever race at race pace, it's probably gonna feel pretty challenging. But if we can get somewhat comfortable holding it above that race pace, so for me, it's 4:30 here and it's 4:17 here. If we can get used to holding 4 minutes, 3:50, 3:55, when I do go and run 4:30, it's only gonna feel that much easier, okay? Now, imagine this is a pyramid. The easy work, okay, the runs, the row, builds the base of that pyramid, okay? The really hard stuff builds the top of the pyramid, and then your threshold, okay, here, and your tempo work increases your ability to hold the higher up the pace, the higher up the pyramid for longer. I will break that down in a little bit more detail another time, okay? Saturday is more bike work, okay? This could be easy, it could also be tempo, and then Sunday is generally a long run, okay? And like this week, this is 90 minutes easy, okay? And again, here, we're focusing on a sub 144 heart rate, okay? Now, it's a lot of training, okay? Let's be real here, okay? I think this week is probably gonna turn out to be something like 11 hours of training, maybe 12 hours of training potentially, okay? I think as we obviously creep up throughout these weeks, it's probably gonna be a lot higher, but I thought I wanted to break down very briefly what my training is gonna be looking like. Now, like I said, My coaches look after my programming. So the structure, the intensity, the speed, the duration, the distance of all of this may change very slightly week on week, dependent on how I'm feeling, how I'm recovering, the performance that I've got, the strengths, the weaknesses that I have within my training as well. And that's where the value of a coach comes in, okay? I could do all of this on my own. There's no way that I could always do that. I know how to coach people. I've been doing it for 11 years. But being able to delegate the thought process, remove my biases from things, like there's no way that I'm going to want to program myself these absolutely disgusting interval sessions, which I know are going to be ruthless. Like I love to push myself, but sometimes I see the paces that they want me to hold for these sessions and it pushes me out my comfort zone. And that's what I think a coach is there for. But like I said, this isn't for everybody, but I want to share my opinion. If you guys liked this video, please make sure you subscribe. I'm going to leave it here. But again, I'm going to keep these coming to you every week. I'm thinking I might go through the different equipment that I'm using in terms of shoes, in terms of data, gear, whatever it might be that I'm using to throughout this marathon prep. But big love, hit the subscribe button. See you in the next one.